Swagat hai. This is Products of Thought. I'm your host Aman HK. I'm still at Tea Talks. I don't know when this is coming out exactly, but hopefully soon. And I'm here with the people who have created a much talked about board game over here. It's called A World Above the Cloud. And I think you're gonna like this a lot more. But let's actually first hear from the designer of the board game.
Yeah, I'm Varun. I'm from Coimbatore originally. Yeah, yeah. And
Varun, so tell me, this is again, like I said, I have heard from multiple people about this game. And once I came here, first of all, the design of everything looks pretty cool. And second of all, everything is set how it is in the real world about Ladakh. So, what was the thinking behind when you were coming up with the game and designing the game?
so it was initially not my intention to make a game, but I was painting a map, a 13-foot mural of the game, of the map of Ladakh in the library area. And while I was painting it, a lot of locals used to pass by, and a lot of children also used to come and say, "Oh, there's this bird in that village. There is this animal there. There's a monastery there." So different things about the stories of different things in all the regions, and also the problems of Ladakh. So I thought it'll be very interesting to kind of make that mural itself into a game, and where people move around on it. Of course, that wasn't practical, so I started making a board game based on that to tell the story, like which. So you'll be traveling on the map and gathering the different cultural and natural wilderness elements from Ladakh.
So, you're essentially exploring Ladakh in this game.
Exactly. And it kind of mimics how you travel Ladakh in the real world also. Like, so you'll be traveling on an actual map with actual roads and trekking. So you will get to know a lot of geography, like you, and also what is where. Like, for example, Saspol will have a cave. So in the game, you'll be going to Saspol and picking up the Saspol caves in order to protect it. So in the game, you will be gathering all these elements and then telling stories about them and protecting them. So that's the idea of the game.
So when you say telling stories about them, I understand the protective game part. So what does telling stories about them actually entail?
So it entails making a set. So that is the mechanical part of the game. So you make a set of a wilderness, an essential, and a culture from the same region, and then you connect them through a story. That's a superficial part of the game, but then it lets people. So there's a lot of research into each text and the content of the game. So it gets people to read those content and see like what is interesting about that, and then try and connect those through an imaginative story, which makes it throws in a nice flavor from what I've seen and the feedback I've got.
I mean, it kind of again, like you said, it is superficial, but again, that's one of like the fun parts of it. Like I am an enjoyer of ttrpgs, tabletop role playing games. So it's all about making up stories for us. Gives a bit more flavor to this, I feel.
True. I've been getting really good feedback. Some of the people like they play the game to tell the stories. And like they're like, oh, what cards am I gonna get? Like what kind of stories I can create? It varies from individual to individual, but it's been a good feedback on the stories. But like it's fresh. It's something fresh.
Also, like you said, it's all based, all the locations, all the, I guess, roads as well and everything
Yeah.
are all based on like real locations.
It's based on an actual map of Ladakh and slightly updated from a 2018 version of the map. Based on some roads have been constructed, and some locations I've actually traveled and seen some villages, and I've added those to the map. So yeah.
You've also given not just one, as most board games have, but three modes of play. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So the game was originally created as a cooperative game. So playtested for 3-4 years as cooperative game. Cooperative meaning all the players working together against the game. And I was looking at ways to increase replayability of the game, put more value into the box also. And we tried like me and my friends, we tried a quick competitive version, like just tweaking the objective of the game, but then keeping all the core rules as the same. And then it kind of worked out very fun. Like, and we are like, oh, like I kind of play tested it more and then fine tuned it, and there were problems with it. And then like, so it was a completely different experience from cooperative.
I know in cooperative we are working towards one goal,
Yeah.
against the games, you can say. But what happens in competitive? Are you trying to tell like better stories, or are you like trying to like?
So in cooperative, you're a guardian trying to revive the 6 stories. In competitive, you are a storyteller racing to tell the most stories. So you'll be competing, you'll be trying to get sets before the other person. So you need to get to that point before the other person. So you need to kind of plan your routes, you plan where you go and where you travel. So you'll be racing again. So you need to be aware of what other players are collecting. And there are some hazards in the game which actually kill your cards, like destroy cards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, hazards will always be there in these areas.
so in competitive, if you're getting greedy, the hazards will strike you. So there's a mechanism that to do that.
And then you have a solo mode as well.
Yeah.
What gave birth to that idea?
So that is basically a cooperative game, and a solo game is very similar because the players are playing against the game. So the core mechanics and the objectives of cooperative and solo are the same. Okay. So I tweaked the math to also play, and some of my friends who played the game, like they played solo. They have a copy which, so they enjoy playing it themselves, and they said, oh, keep a solo mode, just write the rules for it. Like there are people who want to experience it that way. So, and I didn't have to invent new rules, right? I had to adapt on cooperative and competitive. So it's a slight mix of both in solo mode.
Yeah, I mean, like you won't always find like a group of people to play with. So it's good to have like a solo mode where you, okay, I don't have anything to do tonight. All my friends are busy. Like I'll just play it myself. I'll make up stories. Yeah. I'm winning any which way.
It's a travel exploration. You'll be going to new places. You'll be looking at new cards. It's a learning experience also. It's a journey that you take through Ladakh. So it can be a nice, you can do it at your own pace. You don't, yeah.
Is there any setback or any roadblock that you faced or while publishing this game, or any difficulties?
A lot of them, like everything is a new experience of learning, honestly. Like every step of the way, even in publishing, setting up a company, getting a GST, like starting a business itself. In terms of game design, it is like playtesting, because I couldn't make a digital version of it. I had to playtest it physically, going to different cafes and meeting people. So I carry this for 5 years in my bag. Like it's always in my bag. Whoever wants to play, I table it, they play. And fine tuning the game took a lot of time. Like, yeah, that was a big challenge.
But how has the reception been for you generally with the general public?
It's been really good. There is some factors of luck which heavy gamers might not like. But for a gateway gamer, a family game, it's a really good game. Like that's what from what I've seen with people enjoying and people getting slightly bored, or so that's the difference. Like, so if you want a very heavy like strategy sort of a game, no, like this is something
it's supposed to be light, like have a chill evening with your family, with your friends.
Exactly.
So if there's anything else that you want with the like potential buyer or maybe a casual gamer to know, or even somebody who's a veteran gamer to know, like why should they get into this game? What would you tell them?
If you are interested about Ladakh or an exploration or a new kind of game, like, because not many games are very this is about conservation and protection of the culture and nature, and it's not, the ethics and the moral and the values of the game is very different from a usual game. Like, and you will be traveling on an actual map of Ladakh. So it makes a difference when, like, if you have traveled to Ladakh, it would make a big difference because you will be able to relate to a lot of things in the game too. Like, and if you're sitting in Ladakh and playing it, you will be sitting in one of the cards and playing it also.
I mean, I haven't visited Ladakh. It's on my bucket list. So one day, if I go there and I play this later or before that, I'll be like, "Oh, I've been there. It's on the map. Like that's solidified there." Varun, thank you so much. I wish you all the best with this game. Everyone, please check out a world above the cloud. Where can we find this game?
So you can find it on floatingrockgames.com. Yeah, we sell it from our store there, or you'll soon find it on Amazon also.
That's good to know. I wish you all the best. And in the meantime, just follow me, follow them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Design, there is